Well, that's true. Good evening. For you, it may seem as this is the morning because I'm shooting the intro, because I didn't shoot an intro this morning. But Nico and I are already back from the show. Chris and Elliot Williamson are having dinner with We Knives. We actually just decided we didn't fucking want to go anywhere. So we ordered food here. So today's show was actually pretty cool. We didn't film a lot of stuff. There was just some stuff that I wanted to catch. So as you can hear in the background, I'm actually in the process of, let me pause that, of editing the video. And I realized I had no intro because Nico and I shot no intro this morning.
No.
So, but today's, it was fun. We walked, what, about four and a half miles or something like that, you figure?
Walked around the
I can't
show
remember.
like 5 times.
Walked around the show about 4 or 5 times. We did figure out the stuff we wanted to see. And tomorrow, because we kind of just enjoyed the show today, tomorrow and Sunday we are going to film.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to catch Holt Blade Works, but every time I walked by, Joe and Angie were busy, so didn't happen. So, all right, guys, here we go. Get ready. If you're wearing headphones, you know the drill.
Yeah, I did.
That's what happens when I get with Brian Ty and I'm high and I go to talk to him and I've got plenty of good pictures of Brian Ty, no video. So we're at Monterey Bay Knives, and standing behind me is Ray Laconico. He doesn't want to be in a video. He says that I have to pay him. But so this is Eric, and I'm sorry I forgot your name. Sanford. So we're going to talk about Monterey Bay Knives.
It's good.
You trying to get Eugene in it?
No? Oh, okay. Well, he's just walking away now, so.
So let's go ahead and
Technically
let's let these gentlemen tell us about their knives.
All right, this is one of our first models here. This is our first model. This is the Min Pin. Eric Garza here does the custom work on them. This has kind of been a staple for us. This is our most popular model here, called the Easy C, designed by Ray Laconico. Then right above it is our newest model. This is called the EWC. There's no locks. It's a non-locking double detent.
Which I really like that.
Oh, it's so nice.
That is
So
really
nice.
So that's kind of fun there.
Oh, it's so fun.
A couple prototypes we're working on. Now, these are not totally finished here. This is designed by Jerry McGinnis. This is the Sprocket. This is Peter Carey's VLD. And this is Ray Laconico's XLC, the extra large integral.
Get him before he runs away.
It's already
He
too
just
late.
ran through frame. Look, it's Enrique Pena's twin brother.
Eric Pena.
Eric Pena.
I'm Nick Shabazz.
Yep.
No, I know Nick Shabazz personally. I know you're not Nick Shabazz. So,
All right.
I'm not gonna lie. So earlier, guys, when I was standing over here, can you see me, or are you looking up my nose?
There you go. Now I'm looking up
I
your
need
nose.
to get a box for you to stand on so you can film this at the right height.
Right there?
I was looking at
Is
this
that
earlier. I'm telling you guys, I really love this. I don't like front. Well, you guys are calling this a top flipper. Top flipper.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot like a front flipper. You know, my problem with front flippers is I get tension on the lock bar and then I can't get it to deploy. This takes that completely out of the mix because it doesn't have a lock. And like I said, if you're cutting like this and you hurt yourself, you deserve it. So does it really need a lock?
No.
I don't really think it does. The first few knives I ever owned, none of them had locks. But I like this because it does lock. It
Yeah.
has a lock to it.
It definitely isn't just a.
It's
Friction
not,
folder.
It's not a friction folder. It's not a slip joint. It's somewhere past that. It's somewhere in the middle. And does this run on bearings?
Those
or-
are on bearings.
That's what I thought. Runs on cage bearings?
Nice and smooth.
It is nice
Oh,
and
it's-
smooth. Way smoother than I would have expected from like a knife without a lock. Usually
Yeah.
you're dealing with friction and things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, even as smooth as some of those Japanese ones, the Higos
Yeah.
that we saw from the guys from Kansai when I was talking with them, still not as smooth as this. Man.
Very nice work.
And thin. Guys, here's the thing. You know I love sharp knives. and these are nice and thin behind the edge, they're gonna get
Oh yeah,
stupid sharp.
that's M392. So
Yeah,
that's
it's M390, so nice crisp edge.
Oof.
Thank you
I
very
really
much.
like that. And like I said, we had talked about this earlier. I gave them my information. There's a good chance that they're going to mail me one of these for an actual review on the channel, and so we'll take a good in-depth look at it. So,
That'd be fun.
and it is so light,
Oof.
man.
All
I
right.
also kind of briefly mentioned these two here. Just keep an eye on the website, MontereyBayKnives.com, and then also on social media for the Monterey Bay Knives on Instagram. These should be launching fairly soon. We're thinking about maybe in a week,
Probably a week.
not much later than that. So this knife here is the Sprocket. It's designed by Jeremy Guinness, one of our good friends. They're going to be available in the two variants, carbon fiber titanium M390 or the full titanium version.
I don't think I saw this when we came over earlier. Oh, I like that flipper tab.
Yeah, that's nice. It's nice.
Well, like, there's no doubt. I mean, that snaps open with like it's got got recoil. Like, oh crap!
And-
The action on it is so snappy that it just watch. Like it just shakes all the way up your hand. You know, all the way up your arm. You know that knife deployed. I like that.
All right. So about next week.
Next week.
So about next week, if you want to get on the mailing list, it's going to be pretty much first come first serve on the mailing list. You want to be fast on these because these aren't going to last.
No, I don't think they will. Those are gonna
No.
go quick. And I like the fact you did a recurve because most people are gonna have to send it to me for sharpening.
I love it.
I love recurve now. Make all the recurves.
Oh.
All of
I
them.
mean, I'm sure you know already, but recurve just adds more cutting blade
Yeah.
on a relatively shorter knife.
You get more usable cutting surface.
You get the pull cut,
Yeah.
which is great for steak. I'm always looking for a knife that's going to be good for cutting steak, and these do it really well.
Yeah.
So yeah, keep an eye out on the website for that. Want to talk about this one a little bit or no?
Yeah, this is a concept. I don't want to eat up too much of your time, but this is.
We got all the time in the world. That's what we're here for, sir.
I appreciate it. This is concept. We are we still gotta have a few revisions on it, but M390 blade steel, titanium integral handle. We're probably gonna shoot this out about 325.
That's not bad at all.
No, we're really thin blade stock. It should be a great slicing knife. We've got some really nice, cool plans for this. I can't share just yet, but I think in the future you guys will be pretty happy with what we're gonna do with this.
Definitely.
Now to kind of touch a little bit more on the sprocket. If you look at the min pins here, these were the first. This was the first production knife from Monterey Bay Knives, and these are the modified ones.
Okay.
We do all the modifications in-house. This is something that we're going to continue on with the sprocket and designs in the future. So keep an eye out on the website. These are primarily going to be sold through the website and through Instagram.
Okay.
So
These are
there's gonna be some
Laconico.
cool-
Yeah, I was saying these are Laconico design.
That's a Laconico
Yeah.
design.
I recognize
And,
it. Yeah.
The majority of the modified ones are one-offs. So
Okay.
you're going to have something unique completely to you. Something people look for. So.
There we go.
I mean, guys, that's just fucking sexy.
Mm-hmm. Can't go wrong with engraving.
This is
I like
flash.
I like that. The bronze and blue together.
Oh yeah.
Cool, huh?
Very nice.
I mean, that's not easy to get either. I've done a lot of anodizing to get it to where you've got that clean of a. It's hard. It
Yeah,
is
there's
hard.
a lot of cleaning, a lot of prep that goes
Yep.
into each one. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so
very
much. You're good.
Are you filming?
Yeah.
With a pink phone?
Yeah.
Rose gold. It's
Yeah.
pretty.
Yeah.
Matches your eyes.
Yes, it does.
So we are at QSP with someone you guys are going to recognize because it's David from Blade Banter. And this is the reason I can't have a knife called the Platypus.
Yeah.
This is the QSP Platypus. And actually, I like this. It's comfortable. 14 C28N. So, here, let me put this down. So as soon as he gets done doing that, tell us about the knives, David.
Got a whole bunch going on. So the newest one here, this one's the Harpy. It's not out yet. 120 S35. Great transitions. You're not going to have any type of seams on it. So it's really, they have 28 knives, and then we're getting on to a few different dealers. But just go and request anything that you want from the dealers that you have, people that you like to actually purchase from. So you can get QSP quality service and price into those dealers.
Okay.
A lot of stuff out there.
Cool. Yeah, these might decide to run off, so
Yep, definitely.
it's just me filming. But
Yep.
man,
The
these
Worker's
are
been really popular.
Yeah.
So this one's going to be N690. It's going to be on bearings. It's locked back. Comes with the sheath. And there's a deep
Wow.
carry pocket clip for it as well.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's kind of a little bit different there. But
Very nice.
It's been very popular for the show.
yeah. I bet that's wow. Excellent shapes and very comfortable. Coming back now?
Had to get water. Had to get water. I'm sorry. You guys were holding down the fort pretty well.
He was thirsty.
I was thirsty. So, QSP is a fairly new company.
They were doing OEM work before, so that's where they were doing that type of work. And then they started their brand about 2 years ago. So that's where they're kind of just trying to get really more dealers that are actually noticing the product, more customers that know the product as well. So that's where they have a lot of experience behind it for the brand itself.
So, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Until David told me about him, I really didn't know anything about QSP.
Yeah.
Yeah, so QSP, quality, service, and price. Now, so some people have put different meanings on that, but that's actually the meaning of that name is quality, service, price.
Okay.
I love that.
That Revere Noble handle, so it was on the Chaparral years
Yeah,
ago.
that's what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah.
I had a Chaparral come in for sharpening that had this on it. It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Gorgeous knife.
Yeah, there's even a glow in the dark version, which we're sold out of. Yep, glow in the dark.
Don't. I'm gonna edit that out because somebody's gonna want handles like that.
Yeah.
And I guarantee I'm not gonna enjoy doing it.
Probably not.
You know, just cursing and swearing.
Yeah.
David said something about this one. So, man, they have a lot of.
A lot of variety.
Lot of
We have
variety.
Some people from Arthur, which was one of the ones that did like the Worker. We have Sven of MasterDepot.de as far as the designer. So a lot of designers out there, and the rest of it's done by Aaron, which is actually the person that really owns the company.
So you guys know I'm a fan of fixed blades because I personally feel that a fixed blade is your best bet. It's always going to be your best bet. Do I carry folders? Yes, but I would much rather have a good. Oh, that's a nice size EDC knife right there.
Yep, Scout carry as well.
N690, which is a steel I do like. I know a lot of people don't like it as much.
One
I
of my
do like
favorites.
that. Yep. Oh, Scout carry?
Scout carry sheath comes with the lanyard for it, so if you want to wrap it, if you want to leave it in just bone stock, you just take off the scales, you can do that as well. So it comes even with the little torch head.
I like that.
Yeah. $84 isn't bad for that either.
No, it is not.
That's a really good price for it.
And if you want to get all fancy and everything else, you also have Revere Noble too.
Oh, yeah. That is sexy. So, what's going on with the, while we got you here, what's going on with the YouTube channel?
Pretty good. I mean, we've got over 2,000 as far as subscribers, so looking for more if you guys wanted to check it out. So looking for a lot of the things, the specifications you can write to. I use like Lyman pull gauge, different things with hand size charts to try and give you a good idea for things. So that's where it's going. It really started out with a tripod and a wood clamp, but that's kind of where it's gone from here. So
It's kind of where I'm still at.
oh yeah. Hey, it doesn't
Actually, no,
matter.
we've got the gimbal. I
Yeah,
actually have two
finally.
phones. We have two phones this
Oh,
time.
fancy.
So I was filming Nico, filming me.
Oh, very good.
I'm going to do some filming just off the side, and I'm going to let you kind of just go. But
Okay.
yeah, I mean, I try to. I would love to say that I watch your videos, but the fact is, you know how it is. After you've done knife making, knife sharpening, and talking about knives in a video, the last thing I really want to look at is a knife video. But I do catch your videos.
What we do is have the prototype too. So from doing videos, I actually started to design my own knife.
That's right. Yep.
So we have this knife, which is going to be coming out hopefully through Kickstarter. That's going to be available. 14C28 is the idea for that. G10 handles, colored backspacer, colored pivot collar.
So hopefully that'll come out. But that's
Got some lock issues there, David.
Yeah, really
a little bit of a
bad.
lock issue with that. It's
issues,
just it's
bad
not.
pivot. I'm missing the tip on the blade, so you can't really.
I
stab
thought
anybody with it.
that maybe that was the European version.
Yeah, it's just styling.
It's just squared off
Yeah.
with no tip.
Yeah.
Knives are scary.
Yeah, but
I do like
that's,
this.
That's the plan for that one. as
I
far
do
as
like
that
this, and
goes.
like you said, like just if you just did a flipper delete,
Yeah.
that would be perfect for me. Thumb studs, that is great. Are you gonna do a dome thumb stud, or are you gonna do it like this where it's more sharp? Because
It's going to be a little bit similar to a bench weight style one, so it's going to have a little step to it.
Okay.
For that, and so it's not going to be just a total.
I would say because sometimes I don't like the ones that are like just the cupped round, because they get, even with thumbs like mine, they can be
Starts to hurt.
painful. It starts to hurt. And even like I said, my thumbs are really calloused. So
Grab hot things out of the oven and everything.
yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah.
Nico's seen me do it. I'll flip chicken. Oh, hey, flipping.
Yeah, so a
Or
lot of
grab
things
things
going on with
fresh out of the Easy Bake oven after
Yes, the
coating them.
350-degree oven. I pull stuff right out of the Easy Bake, or not the Easy Bake, the toaster ovens. So when I'm curing the ceramic, I'll just reach in and grab. And Nico's heard it. It's like sizzling.
Yeah.
You hear it sizzling. He's like, "Doesn't that hurt?" I'm like, "Not
Smell
anymore.
like chicken.
Not anymore." It doesn't. I like this.
Which one?
Yep. That's the
Oh, that one?
woodpecker. So that one's
Yeah,
going to be.
I like that one too.
You're not going to see this variant very often. So the one that's normally in stores does have that delete. So if you want to pick it up, I mean that's where it is at the show. So you can buy all of them.
That's nice. I can't buy anything, David. I'd love to. That's how much is this one?
That's basically $230.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad price for a knife.
No.
Still, those handles. You know what that is? You know what that looks like? Fall in Ohio.
Fall leaves, yeah.
Yeah, leaves. Fall leaves on the ground. That's
That looks
exactly
like a
what
leaf
that looks like. Yep.
I like that.
They're smooth. So now, you guys know, now we got a new company that we can follow and see. And I mean,
Yep.
this is the first I've seen it, and there's already a lot of designs here.
There's a lot.
So,
And if you want to start out, those are $20. So I mean, you can go to Amazon, pick it up. White Mountain, you can pick it up, and it's kind of just spreading a little bit.
yeah, 440. 440 is still a viable steel.
Yeah, still
Like-
People bitch about it, but 440 is still a good steel.
phosphorus ground washers on it, so
It's smooth too.
Smooth
For a
out as
$20
well.
knife,
Can't go wrong. Can't go wrong.
that's a sore dick deal. You just can't beat it.
All right. Thank you, David.
All right,
Good
good.
seeing you again.
Yep, take care.
Bye. This is
Never get a warning.
Let's
I
go.
just
Hey,
always assume you're filming.
I've given you warnings multiple times, and you give me
I
crap
do.
every single time. Oh, you give me a
So
warning.
much
this
better
time.
when you just don't even
So
warn me.
warning.
So you guys know that I'm friends with Sean, Big Brown Bear,
What's up, guys?
Hey,
and Sean has become a full-time knife maker.
Yes, sir.
That's all you're doing now?
That's it. Making knives.
Making knives. So no more EMTing.
No more. Yeah, I got my old partner over here, actually.
Yes. So, Sean is making crazy
Thin?
knives in crazy steels with some. He's getting some stuff. Like you guys heard me talk about it into one thing. Like the flex that he's getting in some of these steels and the toughness
it's ridiculous.
is ridiculous. But that's going to translate to a knife that's going to last you a lifetime.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I like thin. Problem is, a lot of steels you get them thin. A lot of knives you get them thin. You're just going to break that tip right off.
Yeah. Not so
So,
much if
not
you
so
watch
much
any
with
of
these.
his Instagram videos.
So let's go ahead and ask Sean. Sean, how are you getting these crazy? I know you're just doing like special heat treats and
I mean,
Over the top.
You got the heat treat, you got the steel. I mean, it also comes down to processing, you know, like instead of trying to push that belt, just switch the belt. Just recently got into water cooling, grinding. My buddy Casse Knives, Roman over in Switzerland, he's got me switched over to water cooled grinding, and that just made my life easier as far as like getting more life out of the belt and not having to worry about burning up anything and causing fatigue. And
Yeah.
you know, everything's sharpened by hand. I mean, you guys see how thin that shit is. There's
Oh.
probably no way to fucking sharpen
Nope.
that on a belt, man.
no, you'd wind up cutting down into it. You get into it too far.
But I'm a firm believer in what Mike does. I mean, Mike does all stone sharpening. People who have access to like machines and equipment, they still send their knives over to Mike because hand sharpening with stones is just the best performance you can get when it comes to sharpening. There's
I'm
no
not gonna lie,
beating
I
that.
was playing with
Yeah.
some of these stones earlier. I don't think
Yeah.
Nico filmed it. I was sharpening Maximet. Like literally standing here sharpening Maximet, and I, like you guys know, I'm not. It's for me
On that
a
side.
value. It's not a value
So
for me to do it.
Mike over here, this is an incomplete knife. This is Maximet, and it's at 70 HRC. I just didn't have the time or belts to get to it, but I just thought it was fun to have Mike over here
bitching about Maximat.
bitching
Oh, my
about
Scotch sharp.
Maximat and all that stuff for all this time. And he's fucking sharpening it like it's nothing on this
Yeah.
stone. It's 1,000 grit CBN
Yeah.
vitrified stone.
Well, and like I said, guys, I've sharpened Maximat. I've sharpened Maximat since the video. The thing that I have with Maximat is the process and the length of time it takes. It doesn't make it worth it, and most people aren't going to want to pay it. So I'm just really not offering it. I'll still do it, but it's just a lot of stuff with it.
And you guys got to cut him a
Is
break
this
too.
still-
I mean, he's sharpening like production geometry stuff,
Yeah.
super thick. He's got wider bevels. I mean, he's sharpening this stuff right. I mean, we're talking super thin. We're
This
like
is
about
super
7
thin.
thou behind the edge. on
There's
this
almost
guy.
no knife there. I mean, it's just like it's almost no knife.
Just look at that.
That's where it should be,
There's,
man.
like-
I mean, I feel like that's kind of where super
There's
skills should have
nothing
been.
to that.
Is it?
Oh, sorry. No, I just saw a sharpening setup and immediately I was like,
That's
ooh.
right. Go for it. What do you got there, man?
It's a prototype that I made for my daughter. We're getting that released, but it's just 440C. It was just proof of
Look at that. He's
concept.
got the symbol Rebel
Yep.
Scout.
My daughter likes Star Wars, man.
It's nice
Hey
and
man,
clean.
I started my own business. I got a kid that wanted something, and I couldn't buy her anything, so I was like, may as well make it for her.
There you go,
Yeah.
man.
So,
Good stuff.
but yeah, so no, Sean's making some sick. And if you're an outdoorsman, this is something like not so much this one. Not saying it's not a nice knife. This.
Yeah,
Growing
that
up on
one.
a farm and doing butchering and
That one is-
hunting and stuff
ooh.
like that, this is a perfect knife for that.
Yeah, you know,
It's
it doesn't try to be anything else but a knife. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of knives, and that's fine if we're a knife to try to do a lot of different stuff. That's perfectly fine. I mean, I like torque knives. I didn't regrind my pocket knife. I mean, but it's nice to have a knife that gets back to its roots of just being a pure knife, just purely for cutting, light utility, stuff like that.
One of my favorite things about what Sean does. You got me.
Yeah.
You got me.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's the old school, old style Electro Loveless etch.
Yeah.
That Bob Loveless would do. It's the same style. You sent me a link to the. I'm
did,
gonna.
yeah.
So my customs, I'm probably gonna get that, and I'm gonna make a stencil that matches the one that's on the Wee knife, which is my father's handwriting, and electro etch it in. If I can do it, if not, then we'll see how it comes out.
Yeah.
If not, I'll come up with something else.
Yeah.
It's actually a lot of fun. I mean, a lot of people look at that and they're like, how the hell does he stamp his name
Yeah.
in there? They don't realize it's actually chemically etched, but I don't usually correct them either just because,
Yeah.
it is kind of cool, the mystery of it as
Yeah.
far as like, how the hell did he do that?
Tapered tang.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was no joke, dude. Mike, that took about like 536 grit ceramics.
Oh.
I was
just
gonna
to set
say
that, yeah.
I was gonna say, I bet. You're like,
Well, you
it's
would-
so expensive.
Well, yeah, you'd
It's
want
so
to do
expensive.
it before heat treat. You know, like a lot of people be like, well, that's because you're an idiot. You didn't grind it beforehand. But it's a plate quench. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? We're plate quench. We want the best contact.
Best
quenching.
contact, yep.
I didn't
Yeah.
want to deal with any warps, man. I mean, I had to finish this knife for the show. I just
Yeah.
couldn't fumble fucking around with warping and trying to like fix it and straighten it. So, just grind it. Buy
Yeah.
more belts.
So
Fuck
okay,
it.
so
Yeah.
here's the thing. Now I've had people like, "Oh, you're an idiot. That it takes so long because you just don't do preheat treat grinds." When you're dealing with steels like 20 CV, M390, the steels he's dealing with, you're taking them to super high temperatures. Any scratch, any little scratch or inconsistency turns into a stress riser, and you get a crack, you get a warp. You're not going to get consistent plate quench, and then you've got your blade looks like you're looking at a river. That's why. Does it cost you more in belts? Yeah, but it definitely saves your material. I'm glad you said that because a lot of people are like, oh, you're just a fucking idiot. That's why you're doing
Well,
it post heat
I've done some heat treating for some buddies, and some guys, they were just like, I told them, hey, yeah, you can reduce it a little bit before you send it to me. Just don't go crazy. What I forgot to mention is that, yeah, you want to fucking grind it even.
Yeah.
Because if it's all lopsided and shitty, then that's just a
Gonna wanna
goddamn
work.
nightmare for
Well,
me to try to
it's
fix.
going to
Yeah.
have all that stress in
Yeah.
the blade. You got more material here, so it's going to flex.
So most
And-
people, they don't put much mind into it because they're thinking like, well, I'm going to grind it after heat treat anyways. I'm just trying to reduce some information. But no, you have to focus and really
Yeah.
put clean grinds, nice and even plunge, all that stuff. Some people are like, I'm not going to put in that much attention to detail into it just because I'm going to grind it afterwards anyways. Why am I going to care? But
Yeah.
Yeah,
it
they
does
don't think
matter.
about the process.
Yeah, they don't think about the process and that's why they're sending it out to heat treat, right? They don't think
Yeah.
about that. So it'd be a nightmare
Yeah.
to offer a heat treating service
Yeah.
because you'd have to deal with all kinds of
I've actually heat treated stuff for other people, and you try and tell them what not to do, and it comes in, you're like, bro, I can't promise you anything because you did exactly what I told you not to do. Talk amongst yourselves.
So yeah,
Anything else to go over?
I mean, I pretty much these stones right here were like the pinnacle for me because these are something that I've wanted for a long time. I could not touch these kinds of steels at these geometries without these stones. These are like the rockets, and this is like the rocket fuel, man.
Yeah.
For a long time, people would say that these steels are impossible.
Yes.
It's not going to fucking work because how the hell are you going to sharpen them? The thing is that everybody's been using the wrong abrasive. What you need to be using is diamond and CBN, but then it's like, oh man, we are fucked because all we're left with is these coated stones.
Yeah.
And they leave a really deep penetration scratch into the bevel.
Yeah.
And so it's like, well, I want something that has more of a polished edge. This is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And so 2015, 2016, we started getting resin bonded stones that were trickling in. And while they did solve one issue, they introduced another in that these guys right here cut really slow and they seem like they load up really fast. And
Yeah.
They don't have a lot of feedback where you can actually feel it
Yeah.
cutting on there. So it's fucking annoying. I'm just waiting for something else to come along.
Yeah.
What I really love is something like just a water stone. And fuck, it's 2019, man. We don't got space fucking cars. We don't have laser guns. Why don't we have something that has the cutting power of diamond CBN, the finishing ability of the resin stone, but with the cutting and feedback of this water stone right here.
That's
And
what we were
where
talking
these-
about earlier.
Yeah,
the
that's where
feedback.
these guys come from, you know what I mean? And I'm selling these, they're a really good deal, but they're not because it's $325 for a stone. A lot of people they fall over and have a heart attack. Man, you're
Not me,
getting
I've got
five.
stones, yeah.
You're getting 5 millimeters of CBN, man. I mean, this is
You're gonna get. It's gonna take a long time to wear that
yeah,
out.
this is 1 mil of diamond, and this costs like $150. You know,
Yeah.
these guys right here, they're selling these for like $100. It's just dusted on the surface.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not a big fan of these.
Yeah.
I much prefer now if I'm gonna get a diamond stone, it's gonna be one of David Scott's diamond matrix stones,
Exactly.
or something like I'm not lying. I've had CBN stones. I didn't like them. I like that.
So David Scott, he's local. He's actually over here. He's actually making stones. He has a resin stone, but he's sourcing all the diamond. The guy's just fucking making the stones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he's got this. They're not going to behave like these guys right here. They're going to have a little bit of a softer bond and a faster cut, which will be a lot more interesting. We'll have to wait and see when he comes out with those. But I'm looking forward to those.
Yeah.
I make stones. I'm a stone geek. You know, I love them. You know, technically I'm making a stone. He's making a stone, but dude, I don't care, man. I love stones. Like
Yeah.
I'll buy them. They do different stuff. You
Yeah.
know, even all the
I need to
different
get a
ones.
good one.
You need
It's
to get
my
me one of
stuff.
these for my birthday. No, for my razors. This would be perfect. I like the only
Yeah.
thing I use the big broad stones for
Yeah.
is straight razors or big kitchen knives that I can't get on the half-inch stone or on the 1-inch stones.
I mean, this is going to leave a deeper cut. I mean, it's kind of one of those things where like everybody, when they're looking at a stone, they're like, man, okay, well, I want the best stones. The best stone's going to be like 5 million grit. And it's like, well, fuck, man. I mean, there's always these trade-offs. And usually what we want is we want something that cuts really fucking fast. But
That
we want
definitely
something that
does.
also doesn't leave too rough of a finish.
Yeah.
And so really what we're looking for is a medium grit stone. The
Yeah.
first stone that came out with the prototype was a 600 grit. God damn, it had some horsepower. It really hogged them and stuff, you know. The problem was it just didn't leave the final
Oh yeah, that's
finish that we wanted. You know, we wanted something more like this guy right here, and so
Yeah.
that's why we went with the 1,000 grit. It was the best compromise between these things. And
1,000 grit's a good all-around edge.
it is, man. It is. And you know, when it came down to it with these high carbide steels, we're paying like fuck tons of money for all these high carbides. We don't want to just smooth out all the carbides at the edge necessarily when it comes to these types of carbide steels. So, you know, it's like what we're paying for. We want to basically have a deep enough cut that we're exposing some of them. But we don't want to smooth it all out completely, but we don't want to leave it completely rough.
Yeah.
Then we want to jump over to something like strop. This is a 1 micron strop. It's made by the Portland Knife House. It's got my canvas, my card on there. I fucking love it, man. And you want to smooth and polish out the teeth that you
Yeah.
have on there.
Speaking of which, just gotta,
Hey.
I let somebody play with it, and they proceeded to.
It's loaded with the
Think
1
up the
micron.
edge?
That's just been my kind of favorite.
I like the 1 micron.
Me too, man. It adds a little heat on there. It doesn't seem to over polish. I know some people, they want like squiggles for days when it comes to whittling hairs and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
in my experience, I want a little bit of heat on there. I want a little bit of aggression at the edge poking out. That's why I like the 1 micron.
Somebody dinked it into something. I was letting somebody look at it and dink, and I was like, yeah, I'll fix that. And I was-
Stop
I don't
letting
know
him
if you
touch
know
it.
They don't make this knife anymore.
All right.
Nah, man.
Is that it?
Dude, I'm so happy that this is like,
Yeah.
because like last year, so I don't know if you guys remember, last year, Sean gave me that 1,000 grit diamond matrix stone.
opened your mind.
And the first thing I did when we got back, like 10 o'clock at night, was I took
sharpen
that
with
stone
it.
and I started sharpening with it. I think I sent you. I was like, dude, cuts great. I actually used that stone so much. I've had to replace several. I've used them to the point where I've just, you know, when I'm busy, I'm doing like 15, 20 knives at a time for one customer, and you got to clean them out. You got to use the aluminum oxide and bring that surface back up. They work great. They're just the right size, and those are better than any diamond stone I've used until now. I mean, that's still the best.
David Scott makes a damn good stone,
Yes,
and
he does.
he fucking makes them a lot of. I mean, I don't make these CBN stones. I have to say, I'm a custom knife maker. This is like its own job. And what's cool about David is he is a stone maker. He's in the old tool and die industry.
Yeah.
And he's making those stones. So I always thought that was kind of something cool for him. He's using resin technology, but seemed like it was great, and I was glad to get that in your hands. 'Cause
Yeah.
watching your videos, man, I mean, I'm just watching this guy work his ass off getting
Yeah.
these edges. if I could help, you
I
know.
would definitely like to be more busy.
Yes.
Don't think that I mind working my ass off. Feel free to send me knives.
Oh, what a good guy.
No, he wants to eat. That's what it is.
I like having a roof over my head and not sleeping under an overpass. That's,
Oh, okay, fair enough.
so, all right. Thanks, Sean.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for stepping
Thank you so
over.
much.
Anytime,
Thank
brother.
you. Yeah, take it easy.
You gotta get
y'all.
half done. Are you already filming? You already started, didn't you? I always do better when you first start this one. So we are with Matthew Carter. That's what I thought it said. Matthew Carter.
Yeah.
And
Carter
Matthew
Knife
is
Company.
making custom knives. And Matthew is a bit of a maniac because Sean
Just
was
a
just
little
telling us
bit.
about it. This is all done by hand, and
With
we'll
it.
let Matt tell us
Yeah.
the insanity that he's doing
To get that finish.
to get that finish. So
I mean, I don't think there's that much insanity to it.
seems a little crazy to me.
Just a
But
little bit.
I use a 4.5-inch multi-speed angle grinder, and
He's doing that freehand. He's doing that freehand with an angle grinder,
And they're consistent.
and they're consistent, and that's an attractive finish too.
Yeah.
Good.
I really like that
Yeah,
finish.
definitely darker. I put that green rouge and the buffing wheel on it, and it darkens up the steel.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
under lights like this, it really is a
Yeah.
darker.
It does. It does. It's got like a dark, like slate
Yeah.
to it.
But I
It
put
catches
the
your
knife,
eye too.
I put the steel in the vise, right?
Yeah.
And I've actually ground. I have ground notch marks in my vise teeth, so then that way my steel notches in.
Nice.
And you know, I got my knife here, and I just angle grinder and I will literally just work it in, and I lock. The whole key is that right arm is locked in position.
Yep.
And you know,
Don't
you
lift your
can
elbow. Don't lift your elbow.
increase-
It's going to change.
If you tilt the wheel more, then you're having a deeper hollow grind.
Yeah.
And if I want a flat, so like I've made kitchen knives with it.
Oh,
and
wow.
It's kind of a pain in the ass, but I've done it. And you use the 4.5-inch wheel, and you lay it down as flat as it can go.
Oh, wow.
So, all the is this? You're doing all this file work by hand with
Yeah,
just
everything by hand, and nothing, no jigs or anything.
nice. And I got news for you guys. That's a fucking straight knife.
Yeah.
That's a straight fucking knife, and the fact that he's doing it in a vise with an angle grinder. But I mean, you've seen other people do it. I mean, you've definitely seen other people do it.
Yeah,
Like,
but
to-
consistent good
consistently
work.
good work like that. And I mean, that's like I said, that is an attractive finish.
Yeah, it's fun.
You know what it looks like?
What?
It looks like where they do the long exposure of the stars
Oh, you
tracking
can
across
see
the
it
sky, and you can
arching
see
across?
you can see arch across.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, that's funny. That's a good point. Well, and it gives it that
Like, look at that.
swoop instead of a straight.
Yeah,
All the grinds have straight lines coming down. It just gives it a little arch to it.
you guys know I love unique stuff. I like the fight. This one is real comfortable. I
That's
really
fun.
like that.
Yeah, this is that more traditional finger guard,
Yeah.
right? And then I'll do those. You know, I haven't done too many of them, and I was like, yeah, let's give her a shot. But this,
All right, Matt, where'd I
this
pick
finger
this up
guard, you picked it up right here.
Did I? Okay, I just putting it back.
This finger guard is my
I like
traditional
that.
go-to.
Yeah.
You know,
So
that's what I've always been doing. That's what I
doing
learned on.
burlwood. Are you making your own?
I do not make those pins. So I had a couple custom ones made. The wolf with the trees,
Yeah. I like this one though.
the conifer tree.
Very
Dude,
nice.
that is such a nice knife.
Yeah. These are beautiful.
I like this. I am not gonna lie. I like this blade shape. I got big hands, so it's not the size of one, but that blade shape, that is
I mean, I've
gorgeous.
got 3 different styles here, right? So these in the middle are kind of my everyday usable knives. They're about 8 to 8.5 inch total length. And like, I want you to be able to carry the knife and use it. The bigger they get, the more someone's not gonna actually carry it around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys over here are more the slim fit with the traditional guard. You're not gonna gut and skin a deer with something like this. The belly on this just doesn't quite have it.
No.
You know.
I mean, in a pinch,
it'll
you
do it.
could do it.
It'll
in
do
a
it,
pinch.
yeah.
But like this, you could definitely. This would be a very usable
these are the
field
more
knife.
all around hunting, all around every day. And these guys, which the one you were just carrying, these are the smaller ones that I make. And I do a side pull sheath on them.
Oh,
so
scout
it
carry.
sits,
Scout carry.
yeah, it sits here.
Yeah, that's preferred.
Here,
Scout carry, yeah.
here, yep.
That's my preferred.
Yep.
Is a scout carry.
And
Now
then
this one
it's
is not as
7-inch overall. And then what I do is I round the butt more.
Yeah.
And then it fits in the palm of your hand.
Yeah, that's what I was getting ready to say. Like,
Easier.
Oh,
like I
yeah.
said, I get up in here like this.
You
and then
know?
that would be detail work around bones.
Yeah,
on
most of the time, anytime anyone's using a knife, is they're really only holding. You're not
Yeah.
actually like gripping a knife.
Yeah.
Very rarely,
doing
unless you're doing
this.
some serious cutting.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And so that's why I just do the 3. I like this. I always try and steer people down in size. Someone
Yep.
comes out and they want. Most guys come out and they say, "I want a Crocodile Dundee
Yeah.
knife," and I go, "Yeah." And I
I
try
can
and
make it.
I give them a big knife and I go, "Well, go walk around with this and tell me how you feel.
Yeah.
Go hop in your truck." And
Yep.
then they always come back 5 minutes later and they're like, "Yeah, I want one of these smaller ones."
Yep.
A big guy like me and Sean, we could probably get away with that.
Me? Not
Nico?
so much.
No, not so
No.
much. Well, thank you, Matt. I really appreciate it. We're,
Yes.
I'll get. I'll make sure that I get a
Are you?
card. Well, no, I'm gonna do
Oh.
an actual like card
Yeah.
picture.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll be in there
Okay.
when I get ready. Get around to always actually editing this.
But thank you so much.
Yeah, glad to have you guys.
So, guys, just shot the intro. Now it's time to shoot the outro because if you watched the intro, you know we didn't film this morning before we left. So we actually went to breakfast with Chris and Elliot Williamson this morning. We went to, what was it?
Pine biscuits.
Pine State Biscuits. Oh my God, it was delicious, guys. It was great. And so, like I said, Nico and I are just getting ready to hopefully have our food delivered shortly. And we're just going to hang out here. I think we're just going to be here. So hopefully you enjoyed the show. I got to hang out and talk to Ray Laconico. It was a lot of fun. I like Ray. You didn't want to be in the video. I can't blame him. But, I mean, there was a lot of stuff we did today. It was fun. We talked to new people. The guy that does the hollow grinds with a fucking angle grinder.
So those are gorgeous.
Fucking insane. So, and then we talked with Big Brown Bear, and I'm so glad that Big Brown Bear's stuff is taking off and he's doing well. Because his stuff is good. His stuff is good, and then he reps my sharpening better than I do. So I will see you guys in the morning when we do this all over again. Later. Hey, you know what to do. You like them, you like them. You don't like them, you don't like them. But there'll be probably be stuff in the corners, but not for a while because it's not on that computer. So yeah, I mean, say hi. And if you guys have anything to say, like I keep forgetting to say this, like anytime in the comment section, feel free to just go in the comment section and ask questions, things like that. That's what it's for. So any questions, anything you guys would like to see, put it in the comment section. So, all right, I'll talk to you guys in the morning.